Now we move on to the 10th of October. This is CPI news. As you can see on the chart, there is your picture, all labelled up nicely. This day was surprisingly not very good. Not very good trading day, actually. A lot of volume. When you don't get those quick moves with the New York Open or the CPI news, it's always best to stay out, because that means it is a liquidity creating day. They are keeping price in that area, and all the volume from the CPI news and the New York Open is going to be released in another day. It's very concentrated and will be released in another day. Not on this day, you would have just had to sit there for a lot of it and waited. So looking at yesterday, you would have only had a discount buy area down here. This is that grey area here. And you can see we didn't get down to that area. So all you'd be looking for this day is some sort of structure to give you support in one direction. London opening takes place here. This is the pre-London. This is the mop. So you could have been looking for a continuation towards the upside after taking this liquidity, using this as your bullish support. So you could have took a buy from here because it's retesting that area. Let's say you did, gave a little bit of profit all the way back up to the London opening once again. Retest that area, just following the trade template. Session opens, pushes down, retests and continues towards downside. That's the only real sort of trade you've been looking for. CPI news, you wouldn't have been looking at trade the release because there's no clear bias. So we set this one out and watched, and then watched price go along. The release was here. Again, it's another opening gap like we had the other day on NFP. From here to here is your gap, and they just fill it in with the New York session. New York session is here. That retests the release price, and then you get a clear downwards pressure. So you could have got a trade from there to the downside, collects liquidity here. You'd have took partial profits by that time. Same thing down here. On the retest, push down, take liquidity here. So you could have got in on the release or the retest. And downwards move. You could have tried to buy each time you took liquidity from here, but it wouldn't have been that constructive. You wouldn't have been wanting to be taking all of these things because it's not in a key area. The only thing you'd be looking for in this area is bullish pressure, but you're not seeing that on the chart. It's not giving you those trade setups. So didn't trade anymore after this. I was active during the New York Open, but didn't trade anymore after this. But when we go into the late afternoon, you can see how it keeps taking liquidity. Then before the close, you get an impulse move to the upside. So what that shows you is, this is your impulse move up, and this is your slow retracement all the way through CPI news and NF and New York opening, and then you just get a sheer glimpse of volume towards the upside going into tomorrow. So that shows you that going into tomorrow, the bullish strength is still there and it's still likely to be followed. So that's what we're going to cover in the next video. That was the 10th of October. Not really much opportunities on there, but that's what we had. Main one or two with the session openings.